What's going on, everybody? Uh, I'm making a video here. I couldn't really wait to do this video. A lot of things I've been thinking about this morning since I watched Dustin's video, uh, and Bronx Bombers Cards video, and Sam. I just got finished watching Sam's video. Uh, Cards Giants. Uh, Yeah, I couldn't wait till I got home to talk about my dad and, spend some time in reflection. Uh, Let me turn this camera around real quick. I don't know if I can. I don't know. Well, there's a picture of my dad right there. That's him. Some of you might think he looks like me. I look like him, whatever. Uh, my dad, he was, he was a nut job. He's a Vietnam vet. I, like him, followed in his footsteps. He was in the Navy. I ended up going into the Air Force because I had the brains of the family. My brother Mike was in the Army, and I had a brother Matt in the Marine Corps. So, without the Coast Guard, we had most of the branches covered. Now, my dad was he was weird in the ways that he taught us lessons. He was hard. He was fair. I didn't know a lot of the shit he came back with. I'm seeing it now in myself with, just things I react to and after my service overseas. So my dad never spoke about that until I came home from Iraq. I don't know if it was like a rite of passage or I finally would be able to understand what the hell he was talking about. But I remember that night. It was probably it had to be the first night I came back from Iraq. We were sitting out on the porch. Uh, he was smoking his cigarettes, even though he wasn't supposed to. Um, and we just opened up. I remember talking for about good 4 or 5 hours with him, just talking about what we saw, how it affected us, buddies we lost, and he knew that every time we spoke when I was over there that what I could be getting into. He's like, "Yeah, how's it going?" I'm like, the weather's hot, it sucks, blah blah blah. I never really wanted to worry him about all that shit, so just kind of kept it short and sweet. Asked him how the Mets were doing because he knew what was going on with the Mets. All my friends on my block would hear him yelling at the screen, whether it was the Mets or the Giants. So yeah, he was he was a character. Everybody loved him. A lot of people, they would describe him as a charmer. They would describe him as, give you the shirt off your back. Like Sam said, I'm probably like him in a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways too that I should, try to be a little bit different. Nobody's perfect. I lost my dad in 2008. Callie was born September 4th. He passed away September 22nd. And he knew he was going. He knew it was going to be towards the end. Callie was born. She was in the Children's Hospital with a heart problem. And one of the last calls I got from him was, I was on the fence. I was like, do I go up there? Do I spend my last minutes with him? Do I take care of my kid? I was at a crossroads. I didn't know what to do. Um, so I went to my little brother. I asked my little brother for advice. He's like, he was in the army at the time. He's like, bro, I can't even I can't even imagine what we got to go through now. He's like, he was able to leave because he was in Kentucky or whatever, but he left. He went, and my dad told me, he's like, if either of you kids was in the hospital, I would expect you. I would be right there, and I would expect you to be there for your kid. He's like, what's gonna happen to me? It's been years in the making. I didn't take care of my body. I had diabetes and all this stuff. He said, I've accepted it. I'm gonna go. He's like, at least I'm not gonna be in pain no more. I mean, this man had his leg amputated. The flashbacks he had. I mean, it's sad to say because it's my dad, but he's in a better place. Um, and if you know my dad, he told me, he goes, if I find out that you're up here looking at me dead in a casket, I'm going to haunt you for the rest of your life. And he probably would. I didn't get to go up there because I made the choice that I was going to be there for Kalia. I I went back and forth with it. I spoke to my dad's brother, my uncle. My dad and I made peace with it. He told me not to come up. What was I gonna do? He was already gone. He was probably in a condition that I didn't want to see him. I since I came back from overseas, I've had uh, funerals and dead people and all that stuff. It doesn't do good for me anyway. But no, should I have been there? My heart was there, but my heart was also in the children's hospital with my daughter too, so it was rough. Um, and it's something that I'm always gonna think about. It's, you know, could I have found a way to be two places at once? What happens if something happened down here? It's a constant battle. It's a constant uh, back and forth. But at the end of the day, I did what he said. I honored his wishes. But yeah, that's my dad. My dad was a crazy son of a bitch. He used to race cars back in Brooklyn when he was a kid. It's funny because a nurse that I used to work with here, she was around my father's age. She said, Mazza. She said, did your dad go to high school in Brooklyn? Name my dad's high school. I said, yeah. She's like, he had brothers named off my father's brothers by name. Yeah. You know, Tony's my godfather. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, he had a car too. He raced a car. It was one of the songs back there. I was like, Mr. Big Stuff. She's like, oh my God. She's like, yeah, that's your dad. I'm like, yeah. So she asked about him and everything. I told her that he had passed. He was young. My dad was only 55 when he passed. So my message to you guys is, take care of yourself. Go to the doctor. Do what the doctor says. Listen to your body. I would hate to leave my kids. My mom passed away when I was 4. My dad was pretty much what I had. He did a great job for me and my brothers and sisters. We all came out to be successful kids because of him. And I think as a parent, that's kind of what you want at the end. You want your kids to be successful, contributing members of society, And I hope to God that I'm teaching the girls that. Uh, like I said, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't have perfect days. I wish I did. Um, but no, this was really good. It was thought provoking to hear your stories about your dads. I hope the girls get on here one day and is like, yeah, my dad, you know, even if they know me as a crazy guy, yeah, I'm not a sane person. There's something wrong with me. I have to have my hat, you know, curved like this. There's something wrong with me. But no, I hope that my kids get up there one day and it's like, yeah, he was a crazy son of a bitch, but he was a good dad. He always provided for us, and I know I do. My bank account says I provide for them, but no, but like emotionally too. Like I hope that they continue to come to me with complex problems. I want them to. I'd rather them hear it straight from me than hear it from their friends or whatever. Uh, so your dad's out there. Happy Father's Day to you kids out there. Be a father to your dads. I mean, a son to your dads. You guys know what it meant. But I'm rambling on now. It's 11 minutes. But and even if you have kids in your community, I coach ball, I coach baseball. Um, be that person that kid might not have. Be the shoulder they could cry on, or somebody they could talk to. Uh, so I'll catch you guys later. Um, Deuces, and stay well, everybody. Dustin, thanks again for doing this. Congrats on 400. Um, I hate how to come to these circumstances for you. You plan a vacation and then you had to deal with this, but we're here for you. We are here for you. Um, Anytime, man. Just give me a call. You got my number. All right, everybody. Catch you guys later. Peace.